Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit of time, hasn't it? As you can see, we're standing here in front of this beautiful church that we completed last episode. And it's been a while. But as you can see, I am decked out in some new clothes. It needs some more work. This is like V2. Usually I go through at least like 4 versions of the fit before I show it off. But you know, I just want to get started on this episode. So here we are. Got a little bit of a Renaissance inspired look going on now, which I think looks pretty good. I also kind of look like a rejected member of the Beatles. So that's cool. But we're not here to look at my fit, we're not here to look at the church, we're here to look at what you probably saw in the thumbnail, and I guess not look at it, get started. You know what I mean. I did do a little bit of work here, I don't remember if I've showed this off at all, probably not, but I got plans, I got ideas, but this is not important right now. What I will show you, before we get started on making anything, is something that I did between episodes. And that is this extension here of the wizard tower. Not the wizard tower, the wizard house? I forget what we called it. Oh, and I forgot. I was supposed to wax those. It's fine. It really doesn't matter. It doesn't look too bad. And I actually did record just a little bit of a time lapse, which you guys can watch right now. I don't know about you guys, but I do think that is at least a little bit of an upgrade from what it used to be. Of course, I can't be bothered to do any interiors, so this is currently empty and will probably stay that way because there's no windows. We don't need to see inside there. It's beautiful. You know, I had this thought occur to me recently, and I think it's very important that we think about this, that the exteriors of buildings are the interiors of the city, right? And that means that I'm not lazy by not doing an interior, I'm actually just doing the interior of the city, and that's the important part. It makes sense to me. Speaking of cities, my goodness, do we have a very large expansion planned for today. Now, before we get into that though, I did just want to show you guys this little area here. Oh gosh, I need to fix some of the water. And the squids and stuff are kind of annoying me. But yeah, look at this. We got a little section of canal finished here, and this is just kind of an idea of what it's gonna all wind up looking like. I think it looks pretty cool. We've got all these little sticks, which there may be too many of them, I'm not sure, but I think it's fine. You know, that's obviously to stop boats from ramming into the side of the building, so that's important. And you can see sort of the textures that we're going to be using near the block palette. Using mud and rooted mud down here, which makes a really nice thing. That's sort of blending it up. We got some moss and stuff up here. It looks pretty nice. First things first in this episode, we have a lot of terrain to cut away. We'll go free cam here, and you can see this line that I have here. Everything on this side of the line needs to be removed. All this land, and that line is actually going to become the wall of the canal. What would you call that? I guess a wall is what you would call that. Anyways, that's going to be canal. There's going to be a building that goes here that's very nice looking, I think. I actually did a lot of references for this. Like, there's the building that I'm putting here was inspired and pretty much just a complete carbon copy of a actual building that is in Venice. And then there's another one that I haven't made yet that is another copy of a building. I don't have that built in creative yet, but it will be in here somewhere. And then of course right over here we're gonna have a very grand bridge that I'm sure you already saw in the thumbnail. We're building the Rialto Bridge. That's what we're building. Yeah, you saw it already, I'm sure. Before we can get to building, we have to get to excavating, and my beacon doesn't reach all the way over here, so that's gonna be fun. I guess we'll start over here, and this is going to be a huge time lapse. This is another time lapse heavy episode. This is also going to be a lot of progress, so stick around. Hopefully I haven't scared you away with all this. I also just realized my eyes look really bloodshot. Like I said, I need another pass with the skin. It's fine. That, honestly, the bloodshot eyes, that does describe me right now. A lot of late nights on this. Anyways, we're gonna get started. We're gonna dig all this down, and we're gonna do it. It's gonna be great. And yeah, time lapse time for the time lapse. And skibbity dabbity doobity. Well, that was a lot of work. I was going to start this video on top of the iron farm, then I just fell off, so we're starting it here. What inspired me to do this? What madness drove me to do this? My goodness, we are sitting here after 3 days? 3 days of work? I would say 2. Probably not 3. 3's maybe. If it was 3 days, I don't want to think about that. We're gonna say 2 days of work, and we'll go free cam, just so you guys can truly appreciate this. My goodness, why do I do this to myself? It's for you guys. I do it for you guys because it's more fun to have a whole bunch of progress in one episode. I just realized I forgot to get that sliver. It's fine. We'll get to it. But yeah, this is a lot. Yeah, let's take a look at this. This, of course, is going to be our dock area. We even have boats there already. we have started here. We're gonna have this is flattened out here because I already have a build that's gonna go here. That's not gonna be this episode. That's gonna be like maybe next episode. Eventually, we're gonna smooth it out to make it all look better. I'm still not 100% sure on how everything's gonna go. We're kind of doing this one step at a time, but we got our main sort of entry into the canal here. There's this little secondary thing that shoots off here. There's going to be houses lining this, and of course this is sort of like a back road type area, back area canal thing. I don't even know what you'd call that. It's kind of like a secondary canal area. And then of course here's the big one. It just comes into this huge area, which is so much bigger than I thought it would be, and probably so much bigger than it should have been. You saw the size of the original like river that ran through here, and now it's like 5 times what it was. So that's cool. And I've just stopped abruptly here because I still don't know what's happening beyond this. I mean, we will be continuing the canal that way. How far we go out, I don't know. That goes out pretty far. But yeah, I mean, lots of work, lots of stuff. I didn't really have more mangrove roots to do the like texturing at the bottom, but honestly, I don't know if it's even necessary with all of the grass and kelp and stuff. Like, can you tell from here where the muddy mangrove root is? Probably not. If you go underwater, you can. But we're going to be above water most of the time. It's fine. There's going to be boats and gondolas and all sorts of good stuff out in the water here at a later point, so that's fine. There's one thing that I want to do real quick. I was using a boat with a chest in it to traverse because it's slightly faster than swimming. And I accidentally drove off one of the waterfalls. I don't know if that was caught in time lapse, but yeah, it wound up at the bottom here, so we're just gonna move that. Probably just put it back over here. I'm not too worried about where it goes. I just need it to not be at the bottom of the river. So next on the agenda, we're gonna go back into free cam. I think we're gonna build up like the roads and paths, and like the fences and stuff is part 2 of this episode here. I think paths is good. I think doing the roads and the paths and all the stuff that's canal adjacent should go in next. And it's dark now. That'll make sense. And it'll help us have a place to walk while we're building stuff. Basically, going from there, spanning over the canal to wherever it lines up over there, someplace, is going to be the big bridge that you've probably already seen in the thumbnail. I'm sure you have. Yeah, that's going to be cool. That's going to be a lot of work. And then we have a bunch of buildings on either side of it. And it's going to look so sick. It's going to look so cool here. I'm so excited. Yeah, one more thing before we go back to time-lapse mode. You may be noticing that we can see a lot more things out in the distance. And it's not Bobby. I uninstalled Bobby because it was just unreliable, and I didn't really like it anymore. It just wasn't doing what I wanted it to do. This is Voxy, which is really cool. It's so much better than Bobby. I would highly recommend it. I don't even remember. I don't think I had to really do anything to set it up. I just installed it, and here we go. Look, you can see all the way over there to those Cherry Mountains. That's a really far distance away. There's the village that I found like the first episode and then lost, and apparently it's just right there. So that makes me feel dumb. Also, apparently there's a dark oak forest over there. I was searching for one, and I wish I would have had Voxy installed because I could have just seen it. Yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to actually see everything from like one place. There really isn't a viewpoint that's high enough to see a lot of this stuff, but it's still cool that I can, and I haven't really had any performance issues. So go download Voxy. It's great. It's amazing. You'll love it. I love it. Anyways, back to stuff. What are we doing? We're time lapsing. Time lapsing building stuff. You don't need to know why. This has already gone on for too long. This is a 9-minute clip that I'm gonna have to edit down. Back to building. Back to time lapse. Man, my eyes are bloodshot. What is wrong with me? I think I already mentioned that. It's fine. That represents my current physical appearance in real life, anyways. Back to time lapse. Now that is quite a lot of progress. I had to stop myself as I was doing the paths, and I started building the bridge without realizing I was building the bridge. So, you know, I think it's fine. I mean, we're gonna go and do that now. That's the next thing. But I mean, look at this. This is pretty cool. This is gonna be such a cool spot. This is on the iron farm, or at the iron farm. Yeah, we're at it. Man, this is gonna be such a cool view. The bridge is gonna span across there. It's gonna be beautiful. Turning out pretty nice though. Honestly, like, I didn't think I'd be able to get this much done in one day. I'm still not done, but yeah, I mean, we're doing a pretty good amount of stuff. One thing that has become abundantly clear is I need to finish this, like the wall here coming down from the road up there. That's gonna be a thing. I have plans for this area between the wall and the road here. I think I'm just gonna do a bunch of trees. I got a bunch of like cypress trees made. Oh boy. The amount of mobs spawning has been just ridiculous. Oh great. And there's 2 children. I'm getting very tired of all the mobs. Oh my goodness. It is my fault. I'm aware. I made a giant mob farm underneath the church there. I get it. That's on me. And I can own up to that, but it doesn't change the fact that it's extremely annoying. Where were we? What was I talking about? Oh yeah, the area here. Yeah, I got some designs for cypress trees. I think I might just line it with those trees. I may get an idea to do something else a little bit special, but as far as I'm aware right now, it's probably just going to be lined with trees here. I've been thinking about a way to transition because obviously we have the park there, which honestly, the more I've been looking at it, the more I dislike it. So that probably will have a huge overhaul happening at some point in time. Oh my goodness, I can't even record a clip without these stupid zombies, bro. They can't even hurt me. It's just they annoy me. My current idea, and I don't know exactly how this is gonna go. I have to get all these buildings in, obviously, and then I'm gonna dig this all down. I want to have a, like, diagonal building here, because that's, like, you know, it's straight there, so I'm gonna have, like, a diagonal building there. It's gonna butt into this building here. That's gonna be great. Somewhere along here, we're going to have the road, like, come down, and there's going to be a parking lot at this level. That's the plan. Everything's fine and totally not, like, out of my control. I definitely have planned out every single aspect of this entire town, and you should just trust me on that. Of course, it's going to be nighttime now. I have my brightness cranked all the way up, so hopefully you guys can see. I've had to have it on while building, because my goodness, it's just, it feels like nighttime is like twice as long as daytime. I feel like you don't get any daylight in this game. It's so annoying. Anyways, this place is gonna be pretty cool. There's this spot here, and then I think it's on the other side over there, potentially. This is gonna be like a little, like, green patch. This is gonna be a green patch. There's gonna be trees. It's gonna be cool. This is the one section that I'm not sold on. You'll see whenever I get around to building that in a bit. It didn't turn out exactly how I wanted it to, but I think once I get it nestled in with, like, more buildings surrounding it, it'll be good. I actually need to go free the Happy Ghast from the church. He's still just been locked in there. Oh no, he's over there, isn't he? Somewhere, I think. I hope he's over there. I don't know, I gotta find him, and then I'm gonna use him to build this, so hopefully the time lapse will still look good. You guys just get to go back to a time lapse, and I'm not gonna bother doing anything silly or special. Just go watch. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna get attacked. Go watch time lapse. Go now, quick. Well, would you look at that bridge? Isn't it just magnificent? You guys will have to let me know if you think it looked better with or without the spruce in there. I mean, it's saying either way. I think it did kind of look cool without the spruce planks and stuff there, but, you know, it's, I need it. And I need it because the insides of all these things are actually going to be shops. And not like shops that I'm going to buy anything at, 'cause that doesn't make any sense. I am the only person on this world. But they're kind of going to be like shops in the way that they look like shops, but in terms of gameplay functionality, they're going to be kind of like trophy rooms, I guess. they're gonna be places that I can display different things. Like I'm gonna have one for a bunch of heads, like all the heads that I've collected from the different mobs and stuff will be displayed in one, and then another one will be for like music discs, and another one will be for something else. I don't know. I mean, I will be filling them out as time goes on, so I don't have them all figured out yet. I have really just those two figured out, and I guess we're gonna get ready to start building them. Maybe. Problem is that I don't have all of them planned out already, so I'll probably just go ahead and like put in the basic shells of them, and then we'll be good. We won't be good, but we'll stop there on the bridge at least, because I don't want to have to build one and then fill it all up with stuff and then move on to another one and build it and fill it. That would take a lot of time. Also, I'm curious. Yeah. It's bad under there. As per usual, I have made a mob farm underneath one of my builds, so that's cool. Another thing that I'm realizing is I never did figure out a good like wall lamp design. I was trying to figure out one. Gosh, this guy's just getting in the way, but I was trying to figure out one to light things up, so I may just wind up hanging one from the middle of that to light this place up. Hopefully there'll be enough light coming from inside the stores that nothing will be able to spawn here. I mean, it is exposed to the sky, and that's supposed to make it harder for things to spawn, but that is a worry of mine. Yeah, we got all that to do, and then we got all the other buildings to do, and I may be getting a little bit fatigued. I totally didn't take a 2-week break to do some rotoscoping animations, which you should go watch if you haven't already. Yeah, I'm kind of wishing I would have just built the bridge, or like I wish I would have built the canal as an episode and the bridge as an episode, and then, you know, all that stuff. But what's worth doing is worth doing right, and we're doing this the best possible way. All sorts of stuff to build, and I probably need to go resource gathering again, which is always great. But you guys don't have to worry about that because you're watching the video. You're watching this after my many hours of work. And that means that you guys just get to go and hop into a time lapse, which is going to be extremely enjoyable. And that's right now. I think it looks better. I think it looks good, and I'm happy with it. And if you disagree with me, well, that's your prerogative. But I think it looks good. But what do you guys think? I don't know. Let's what am I doing? First person. This is kind of phase 1 of all this. I'm sure you can tell. They're kind of just blank, like storefronts for right now. But you know, they're gonna have stuff in them at some point. It's gonna be cool. These ones here are all just kind of blank. I haven't actually planned anything out for them. But there's a couple over here that I have plans for. I have plans for this one, and this one, and this one. None of the others, I don't have plans for them. I'm also just realizing I didn't tell you guys. I blocked off some of these. I'm not sure if I like the way that looks just yet, but until I get stuff in them, Kind of looks decent. And then on the inside, I did make these like dividers. I put up walls, and then there's the archways here and stuff. All this still needs to be done. That's not going to be this episode. That needs a door there still. There's a lot of work that needs done on these, but like I said, that's not going to be this episode. I don't know if it'll be like one big episode where we fill all these in. It might just be something I work on slowly throughout the episodes, maybe. I don't know, or maybe even off screen. Who knows? But we have obviously a lot more to do today. We got a big building that's got to go there. We got a tree that has to go here. Some planter boxes there. Another building there. Building there. And going all the way down there. And building there at the end. And then buildings over there. I think you understand. There's a lot more buildings to be done. So, yeah, hopefully this episode isn't too long so far. But, I mean, you guys like progress, right? You guys are enjoying this, right? One thing that has been annoying me is, first of all, it feels like the nighttime in this game just lasts like twice as long as the daytime. I feel like there's never any time where it's like not super rainy or super dark at night, but that's been annoying. Another thing that's been annoying is, for some reason, I guess whenever I first was like planning to do this episode, I thought I was going to be working on that area first, all throughout there. And obviously that's not where we're at. So like, I mean, you can't really see it, but all around there's a bunch of chests full of stuff. And I'm having to grow trees. It's a lot. There's a lot. Also, we had an explosion of sorts down here. I patched it as good as I could, but I went under here to light things up, and there was like 5 creepers or something. Things have been completely crazy with mob spawns. I don't know why. I guess maybe because like we're over the water, so they're all just like spawning around me, and like the best place to spawn was like underneath this, and now they're probably spawning up there. But I'm not gonna worry about that. But I'm gonna stop talking because, man, I've been talking for much too long, and I'm gonna let you guys jump right back into another time lapse. And it's gonna be good, it's gonna be cool, and you're gonna be sitting there like, man, this guy does a lot of stuff, and you're gonna really want to subscribe, so you might as well just subscribe right now. I mean, it's great, you know, great content, right? Yeah, I hope you're enjoying it. Otherwise, I don't know why you're in this far. But yeah, let's cut to the time lapse where I'm doing way more than I should be. What have you people made me do? Why have you made me do this? I totally didn't inflict this all upon myself, but it's done, mostly. There is one more pass that I have to do. There's a bunch of detail that I have to put in, and I've missed some windows and places, but I'm not going to subject you guys to another time lapse. This video has taken so incredibly long. I believe I'm on month 2 of working on this now. I may have got distracted with rotoscoping and stuff, which you should go check out the rotoscope animations. They're very good, very cool. But I mean, wow, this is a lot. This is a lot of stuff. It's not all done. Nothing has interior. It may never get interior. I still have to work on this in here. And I believe there's another spot over there. There's a bunch of hanging planters I need to do. There's a bunch like these need planters here. So that's next. Like I said, I'm not going to do that in a time lapse, but you know, there's also a bunch of greenery that needs to be put in like this area here and this area here and this area here. But yeah, I mean it's cool, right? You guys are impressed. I hope you're impressed. At some point, I also do want to go through and at least mock up some like floors on the inside, kind of like how I did with the big storage room. Yeah, oh gosh, I have to do this in here too, and all the windows. Oh no, what have I done? And that whole thing is like an open interior that I need to. There's quite a bit to be done. I'm tired of time lapsing. I feel like whenever I time lapse, I have to be a lot more attentive to the way I'm doing stuff, and that gets annoying, and it takes longer. There is one interior that has actually been getting some use so far. As you can see, wow, it's like kinda, sorta started in here. Would you look at that? I've got a little dripstone farm that I'm doing here that once I get time, I'm actually going to go through and automate. I'm going to have to completely rebuild the entire thing because it's not as simple as I thought it was. I was trying to just throw together an automatic dripstone farm real quick. Not the easiest thing to do. But I'm doing that because look at this over here. We got a little clay maker thing. Isn't that wonderful? I want to have a couple of these in here. So this will do like an entire stack of mud into clay. And every time I come here, I forget to bring my shovel. But that's fine. Yeah, I'll probably go through and like, you know, like divide up the floors and maybe put in some fake walls just so from the outside it looks more put together. And I might like just put like a lantern in there. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, we got stuff to do. I have stuff to do. The next clip you guys will see everything will be done, like glass and interior here. And there's a bunch more awnings that need to be put in, and a bunch of plants, and just all the good stuff, all the good, great things that is really gonna make this place pop. And then we'll be done. It's kind of surreal to think about because I've been slaving away at this for way too long, like 10-12 hour days. I guess another thing, if you have ideas for farms and stuff to go in all these empty shells, that'd be greatly appreciated. I was kind of thinking like I want a creeper farm and a sugarcane farm so I can have rockets, and it might kind of be cool to like maybe, I don't know if any of these are tall enough to turn into a creeper farm, like the tower. Which, can I just say, I love the tower. It's probably my favorite thing. It doesn't really fit the best within the build that it's in, but like it's a separate piece that I have in creative, and I love it. It turned out exactly how I wanted it to. I need to stop talking. I need to get to work. Yeah. So I can't even say enjoy the time lapse because I guess just prepare yourself for the next clip in which everything's going to be done, and maybe we look at it with shaders and I cry tears of joy. So transition. After a month of working on this on and off, it's done. It's done, and it's beautiful. I mean, it's not completely done. I still have some things that I want to work on in the future, and obviously there's going to be additions to this little district, but for now, it's done. This skin accurately represents how I feel after having worked on this. So, you know, if you liked the video, or even if you didn't, honestly, just if you wouldn't mind to hit the like button, maybe comment something, and also subscribe, that'd be greatly appreciated, because, man, this has taken so much time. But enough talking about it, let's actually walk through it in all of its glory. Drop down into, well, this was my little, I had to keep farming up dark oak and pale oak, so this is here. It's gonna get cut down eventually, but for now this is here, and it's fine. It's great. I did this. I told you guys about this. This is a little interior. It's kind of just like a, I don't even know what this would be. Maybe it'll be a marketplace of sorts. I'm not sure. I didn't have enough andesite to finish filling this out, but you know, this is eventually going to be a little closed courtyard. Oh yeah, I got all these awnings in, like I told you guys, which I think it makes it look a lot nicer. And all the plants as well. Very nice. Just adds a little pop of green. And you're not going to believe this. I actually did somewhat of an interior in this building. We got these, you know, these two little walkways. They come through to the courtyard here. But then you go up the stairs, and it's like apartments up here, and it's really cool. I mean, this isn't finished, but I don't know if it'll ever get finished, but you know, maybe if I get a stroke of inspiration. There's some paintings, you know, a bunch of torches everywhere. I mean, these would be like apartments. They're not even fully walled off because I couldn't be bothered. I kept like wanting to work on this sort of stuff, and then I was like, you know, you have to finish this video, right? Like, this has to be, you're working on this for way too long. You need to get this done. The railing isn't even done there. It's fine. It's under construction. It's the exact same layout. But you know, like, I mean, what is this? There's 3 apartments per floor, and I think there's 3 floors. Yeah, there's 1, 2, and then up here would be 3. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty good, right? I mean, this is awful looking up here. I wanted to put these in just so that when I'm looking through the windows, it's not just seeing all the way through to the other side. So that was the idea with these. And also I needed a break from just following the schematic. Let me tell you, Lightmatica is great. I love it so much. I love being able to, you know, perfectly create what I want in creative and then just bring it in here. It's awesome. However, placing blocks like a paint by number is only fun for a certain amount of time, and then you start to just want to freehand stuff and be able to get creative. I think that's the one. It's great because obviously I love playing this game, making these videos, because I get to be creative. I get to work on stuff, you know. I love architecture so much, and it allows me to explore that and be able to make architecture in the game. And so that's great. I do that in creative and I have an amazing time. But then I have to Lightmatica into the survival world. And even though it looks great and it's such a great sense of accomplishment once I get it done, my goodness, I get to the point where it's like, I just want to be creative again, you know, after a month of just copy and pasting the same thing, you know what I mean? Just placing block by block. It's like, I want to get creative. I want to do stuff that's like, you know, not already been done. So I also did this building in here just a little bit. A simple like diorite in here. I think I'm gonna do like maybe a coffee shop over there. I don't know if you guys would be interested in seeing like me doing all these interiors for videos. I'd be down for that, because like I thought about just doing like a little lobby area here, coffee shop over in the corner there. Thought that'd be nice. You know, just got this nice spiral staircase. You know, it's pretty cool. I did this little brick wall design on it. I think it's pretty nice. The huge ceilings. I don't know, man. I mean, just basic stuff. I threw some paintings on walls just so, again, whenever I'm looking through windows, it's not just seeing straight through, and it's not just seeing, you know, the same thing over and over again. And then up here I did magenta? Yeah, magenta. This one's only a 2-story. Yeah, there's 4 apartments in here. So, I mean, you know, if you want to move in, you know, hit me. Oh, gosh. If you want to move in, hit me up. We got, what is that? 9 in the white building and then 4 over here. So you can do that math. It's like 13. 13 apartments open. Very nice. Very cool. Much better than the ones in the old town. That's what I'm going to start referring to these areas. This whole area here I've just been referring to as the Canal District. I don't know if I've said that, but you know, it's like, maybe that's not the best name for it. I don't know. Gosh, these doors, they look beautiful, but man, they are a pain. But you know, obviously canal running through, and it's cool. And I've been referring to everything else is like Old Town. Yeah, oh yeah, I did these trees and stuff. We'll get a close up on them real soon. But yeah, got those in. There's still a lot of stuff that I've missed. I think I may have forgotten to fix this down here. Yeah, I still need to fix that. I will do that before the final little showcase. That's fine. And none of these shops are full. I think one of the sides somewhere I forgot to even do like the little in-between stuff, but this was where I was saying I was going to do the head shop, so I've just put some heads there to denote that. I got that glow squid whatever head and the ghast head. Those look pretty cool. It'll be fun once it's all filled out, but who knows when I'll even do that. And this, of course, is just the whatever. Before we move over to the other side, I have done a little bit more work in here. Look at this. We got like a full floor here now, and I need to replace the mud, but I got this all finished, filled out with dripstone. And I've been collecting some more, so we got at least half of another thing that we can do. So eventually this is going to be, I don't know how many of these I'm going to do to just have where I can get stacks of clay. That's the thing. I kept running out of materials, but yeah, it's pretty cool in here. Some exposed beams. It's pretty cool. I don't know. And I did find a design that I want to try out here for like hanging walls. Like it looks sort of like the wrought iron. No, what am I saying? The like wrought iron lantern post things. I found a cool design that I want to try out. So that may be happening in the future. Now you guys haven't really seen this area over here, have you? No, you have. You have. Not with all the trees here put in, which is nice. And then all these trees here. I like them. I feel like maybe not the best, but I do like them. I think they look nice. I think maybe a little bit too much of an air gap in them, but it's fine. None of these have like interiors like the others, not even like a faux interior. And I didn't even, oh my gosh, zombie. I didn't even finish that there because I can't be bothered at this point. That's like the back area, so I'm not super worried about it. You will be happy to hear that I did in fact clean up. There was a bunch of chests and stuff there. I cleaned that up, and you know, I'm trying to clean up my messes as I go along. Over here, there's another little patch of this. Yeah, man, I'm happy. I mean, there's still, I need to patch that up. That's the only thing that I'm gonna do before this video's over. Look at this. Like, why did I do this? I don't know. I thought, you know, I was like, okay, I can do this in pieces. I thought I'll just do like the bridge, and then I'll do like one side and the other side, and that'll be 3 episodes. And I was like, that's what I was gonna do with the church. And then it took me like half a year to get that done. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna do this all in one video, and I'm just gonna keep at it until it's done. And it is. Obviously, there's no back to this building here. That's fine. That's like literally on the outskirts of town. It will be done eventually at some point. And eventually these will have at least some sort of interior put into them, just so that, like, this is what I was talking about. Like, if you look through, you can just see straight through to the other side. It's a mess. And I still have trees from where I was having to farm wood. I do think, I was just sort of looking around, I do think I want to make some sort of other big landmark building somewhere back here. I'm not sure what it will be yet, but it'll be something. And again, I'm still not 100% sure how I'm gonna keep expanding. I really don't know. obviously it's going to go from here. I already have that building. That'll probably be next episode. There's a building here I want to build. I've already got that planned out. And then I need to do all along the canals needs stuff. So there, here, and over there. So yeah, I mean, there's still a lot more work to be done on this little district. But for this episode, we're done. Man, it is bad out here. I have a bone to pick with Mojang. I feel like they definitely have something coded to where it spawns in an inordinate amount of creepers and just has them come directly to you whenever you've been in an area building for a while. Because I cannot tell you how many times, and you saw some of it in the time lapse, but it was just like every time I'd be working on something and creeper just explodes. I had one there were mobs just spawning and walking into my little area, and it's like there's no way they could have pathed to me. Like on my little staging area there, they were pathing from who knows where and walking all the way in. And thankfully a creeper never did. It was just skeletons and zombies. But it's like, where did you spawn, first of all? And how did you path all the way over? I'm just gonna say it. The creeper's great. We love the creeper. It's iconic. It is Minecraft's mascot. But honestly, I kinda hate it. Kinda hate the creeper. Because at this point, it's not... No mob is really a threat to me. I've got full netherite armor on. Got really great protection. You know, I'm kitted out. I'm end game mode. You know, it's great. So all the creepers do is just blow up my builds, which is kind of the main thing that I'm doing at this point in time, is just building. So that's not fun. It's just annoying at this point. That's gonna do it for this episode. And standing here, you can see a lot of unfinished stuff. So maybe this wasn't the best place to stand, but you get a nice view of the moon somewhere. Yes, the moon behind me with the bridge behind me, and I think it looks pretty cool. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Hit the bell. You know, subscribe and make sure to keep coming back and checking out my content. I've got a whole playlist on this series. Like, if you want to get caught up to where we are now, lots of good stuff. There's lots of lore. If you're into lore, you can go watch the lore video. That's pretty cool. It's all just sort of like the lore video is like a compilation of stuff that was in the episodes. So if you just watch through all the episodes, then you'll get to see the stuff. But if you want to watch it all in one place, and I even added some stuff to sort of clarify things, as in like the big lore video. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. Watch my animations. They're really funny. They're really short. And even if you're just here for Minecraft, you'll enjoy them. They're funny. They're cool. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I'm going to stop shilling my YouTube. I'm going to stop talking and yapping, and I'm going to let you guys get to the beautiful, I guess, B-roll would be the correct word. Just me showing this off with shaders. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one. But until then, happy gaming, and God bless.